The global pandemic that the world is now engulfed in may well be the challenge that defines our generation. It, of course, is a health crisis, but it is far more than that. Hundreds of millions of students have had their educations interrupted around the world. Livelihoods have been disrupted. Food security has plummeted, and the impacts on women and girls have been particularly severe. For the last 4 decades, Aga Khan Foundation Canada has been working closely with its partners in the Global Aga Khan Development Network to make real investments in improving the quality of life of marginalized communities in Africa and Asia. With the support of thousands of Canadian donors, we have been able to make real progress. And it's exactly those investments in education, in health, in strong civil society institutions, in women's empowerment that have been the resources that these communities have used to respond to the crisis in front of them today. And it will be exactly those kinds of investments that will allow them to look to the future with a sense of confidence and hope as they build back after this crisis. Today, I'm inviting you to join us on our first ever World Partnership Walk virtual voyage around the world. This year, we will not be able to gather in those iconic locations across the country to celebrate our expressions of support for the developing world. But we can still harness the energy, the spirit, and the ethic that fuels Canadians' desire to contribute to the world in a virtual way this year. Over the next several weeks, we will travel the world, visit countries where you will meet the men and women and communities who are benefiting from your support and who are being given the tool to advance their own quality of life. And on December 6th, we'll come together for a virtual homecoming celebration where we'll commemorate all the extraordinary acts of generosity that Canadians will have provided. The time for exercising real leadership in the world is now, both because the needs are so dire and because the opportunities for making a contribution to transformative change are so present. I hope you'll join us on this first ever virtual voyage around the world. Your leadership, your support, and your generosity will make a massive difference.
All right, so it's time to get to our guest, Miss Amyna Mohamed. There we go. Hello, Amyna. How are you?
Hello, Amyna.
Good. How are you?
How are you?
Good.
Yeah, you doing well?
Yes. Yeah. Great. Thank you for having me. Much appreciated.
Anytime. Great.
Well, you're welcome to the show, Amyna. And wow, I think this year, because of the pandemic, it's a different world out there now.
Yeah.
As we just listen from Breeze, and that's what he was talking about in Montreal and all these Eureka thing. And now, World Partnership Walk, it's been going on for years and years and years, but this time because of the pandemic, it's going to be virtual. So let's start. What is a virtual voyage? What is a virtual tour now? What is it?
So it's a combination of a couple of different things. So of course, fundraiser. Funds are more important than ever. And I'll come back to why that is, but also to maintain that culture. Coming to the walk it's an event. It's fun. Yeah. We enjoy, we get together, we eat, we walk, we raise money for a great cause. So we don't want that to go away, especially the engagement piece. Yeah. And allowing people to really feel that sense of accomplishment. It's so rewarding to give back. So we didn't want to lose that. So we set targets this year. We said we'll do it all virtually. And we thought, what better way than to show the project? So where does the money go? Who benefits from the money? What are all the great outcomes that have now afforded people in the third world an opportunity to battle the pandemic?
Yeah.
So all the money we've raised in the past has given them the tools and the knowledge to not only help sustain communities, but fight against COVID-19. So this year we had 4 stops on our voyage. Today was actually the final stop.
Yeah, that's right.
One was Kenya, then Afghanistan, and Mozambique, and today was Tajikistan.
Yeah.
So what we did was at each stop, if you will, you got your virtual stamp in your passport that you arrived at the destination, and you got to see through the locals' eyes how they've been impacted by the dollars from AKFC and the Canadian government, and of course, the Canadian population actually donating. It's really cool. Would you like me to go into just a little bit of detail about each stop?
Yeah. Sure, yeah, go ahead, yeah.
Okay, perfect. So the first one was Kenya, and it really focused on a remote village and showing how they have such a lack of access to medical care because of their sheer location. So it showed the medical outreach and how the medical care goes to the people. And they have challenges like walking one way an hour to get somewhere. They don't have income. A lot of times women out in Kenya have to ask permission to their husbands to say, can I go to the doctor? Can I spend money on medication? So by affording them access to free healthcare, we can, help with preventative medication and knowledge and education, medicine, treatment, all those kinds of things. It's a fantastic, fantastic outreach program that we have. And, just some of the stats around it is 1 in 3 women in rural Kenya say that their barrier to getting access to healthcare is strictly distance.
Mm.
That was the first stop. Yeah. Second stop was Mozambique. So we got to look at everything through the eyes of a recent graduate. She's a nurse in Mozambique. And 1 in 67 women in Mozambique were dying due to complications in pregnancy and childbirth. It's a really staggering statistic. And 1 in 8 infants are dying before they hit their first birthday. Like, it's so sad and tragic, right? But AKF provided new equipment to this school in Pemba, where this nurse actually graduated and got to make use of all that great equipment. So what an awesome accomplishment to try and, take care of more infant mortality. So great. And then the third stop was in Badakhshan, Afghanistan. And this one really pulled at my heartstrings in particular. It was actually the first female to ever work as a medical practitioner in Badakhshan. She was the very first one. Like, talk about pioneer, right? And the lack of beds for women, there was no female doctors. When she was there 26 years ago, there were 4 beds for women in the entire facility. Next year, they're aiming to have 100. And their maternal mortality rate has dropped by 70% since 1990 due to the funds received from the Aga Khan Foundation. And in Badakhshan, in Afghanistan, greater, 1 in 52 women were dying due to pregnancy complications and childbirth. Yeah, and some other, warriors and pioneers, if you will, they've also had the first female pathologist, radiologist, and pediatric surgeon, all in Afghanistan.
Wow.
So today was our final stop, Tajikistan. And really it was talking a lot about how AKF has helped to improve education, food security, again, access to healthcare, like things we take for granted in Canada sometimes. I can just go to the doctor. It's such a huge opportunity for us to assist and give back. And also giving men and women the chance to start a business, giving them a little bit of money, giving them a loan to be able to have a sustainable income for their families. So I think it's really cool. We've never actually done it this way. It's great to go to a walk and see some dances and eat some great food, but to actually see the impact of the dollars is so significant. And this year, our target we had set nationwide is $3 million. To date, we are at $1.9 million raised this year. So we're getting there. We have some work to do. We have 237 teams registered and almost 1,600 individual fundraisers registered. So really fantastic.
It's great to know that. And I think this virtual thing is really important. And as people are visiting, watching, because there's a lot of time for lots of people to do that, and the impact it is making. So I think it is this virtual visiting was really beautifully done, and I watched those. And today I was watching the last one, and it really brings tears to your eyes to see like what exactly is out there, and in whatever way we can help and we have tried our best, like through Salaam, Namaste, and individually. Like I try to every year do my exhibitions, but unfortunately, I was not able to do the exhibition. But I'm trying my best, and I have my 2021 calendars. If anybody is interested to buy, because that raises money for the walk, and whatever work I do, I always donate from that. And there are lots of nice people who are sponsoring me, and so whatever difference we can make, little bit difference, it all adds up, and it makes a difference.
Absolutely.
So this is, yeah, definitely, yeah.
So Amyna, so Amyna, you, I mean, World Partnership Walk Calgary as a team. So I'm sure, I think, I think, you guys used to visit some offices as well in downtown. So how are you guys getting to those business community this year? I know probably it's all Zoom meetings these days.
Yeah, absolutely. You said it. We are re-engaging all the teams that had registered with us in past years. So not just 2019, but also those back to 2018, 2017. If people are interested in creating new teams, we are absolutely open to that. In past, we were doing lunch and learns, but yes, you're right. It's all virtual. We do have material we can present. The idea this year, like I said, is just really to get the people behind it. It's to create awareness plus raise funds. I know one particular employer that has a team has said, if you are able to either raise or donate a minimum of $50, he's matching it. Wow. So that's really growing the donations and also the number of people on the team. We don't ask anybody to come down to Princess Island Park at 7 or 8 in the morning for tug of war this year. So it's definitely less of a commitment, but it's equally satisfying to be able to give even a little bit. We're fortunate. AKFC is one of the only charities that I know of that is registered, and also every single penny of every single dollar goes to the third world. We don't retain any money for operational costs, and it's matched up to 9 times by different nonprofit organizations. Wow. Up to if you donate $1, up to $10 makes it to Africa and Asia.
Wow. Yeah. Yeah, it definitely does.
Yeah. So as Khalil Sharif said, like December 6th is a deadline. So what's that mean if someone still, I think, come up with a team, or they can, go to the worldpartnershipwork.com and donate? How does it work? Everything work. If I'm new, if I want to go and register my team, so what do I have to do?
Right. So you actually took the words right out of my mouth. So you go to worldpartnershipwalk.com and you can register as an individual or a team. A team only has to be 2 people. So you don't have to, invite the entire office to join you. It's okay. You only need to have 2 people on your team total, or minimum rather. And then on December 6th is our homecoming. So that will basically wrap up our voyage, right? We're taking our flight home now from Tajikistan. It'll take us a couple of weeks to get home. It's virtually 2 p.m. Mountain and 4 p.m. Eastern. And it'll just bring everything together and show, some of our featured fundraisers, some of our corporate teams, our volunteers, and more focus on where do the dollars go? What is the impact that the dollars make? Technically, that's the deadline for the virtual voyage. However, you can donate anytime. It doesn't affect if you're going to receive a tax receipt. You can go to our website anytime and donate. We do have a full-time staff in Ottawa at the Aga Khan Foundation office who would be happy to receive as well.
Yeah. So that's what, it's good that you answered that question, because there are some people, sometimes they're busy or something is happening and they forget it. So they through you now know that 6th December is not the deadline for the donation. It's the deadline that we'll be coming together and kind of ending our journey. But the journey never ends. It is, you can keep on going, and you can visit the worldpartnershipwalk.com, and then you can keep on donating whenever you can, whenever you want. And that is important rather than not donating. Even $10, $25, $50, whatever you can, it all adds up, as I said, because it's this is all going for a very, very noble and good cause. Yeah.
Right. Now just keep in mind, if you do choose to donate, the deadline for the tax season will be December 31st.
Yeah.
That's the one thing. But if you donate January 1st, it's okay. You can count it to next year's taxes.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. That's right. Yeah.
So let me ask you this, something like a personal question, Amyna. Like me and Salma, we've been doing, doing our part as a volunteer to the World Punish Walk for the last 5-6 years now.
Yeah.
And you have this year, with Jen Jaffer. So as a person, like Amyna, what do you think about all this volunteerism we do for our community? It's not for only it's for the South Asian community in general, because everyone is getting benefit from this AKFC or from the World Punish Walk. So as a person, so how much important it is to do the volunteer or to be a volunteer in any community?
For me personally, I think it's ingrained in everything we do. Since we are children, we're taught to give back, to help those less fortunate. So me, it's my third year on the team now. I was on the team when I was in university as well and raising money through schools. So I kind of came back, and I'm doing my second stint as a vice chair. But honestly, for me, I think it's a double-edged sword, because not only do we make an impact, I personally find it so rewarding. I find it so satisfying to be able to watch those videos and think we had even a small part in raising money or raising awareness about some things that happen on the other side of the world, where for us, we turn the tap on and clean water comes out. It's just a given. We go down the street to the doctor. That's okay. It's easy for us to do that because we're in a developed world where so many people don't have that opportunity, and it is so tragic and unfortunate. So any small part even I can have, I want to teach that to my son and bring that into our family as well. So he also fundraises every year. So he understands that there are people who, have been given much, much less than us, and any small part we can do to give back and help them, it's our responsibility. And that's what I believe.
Yeah. Yeah, so right. Yeah, this volunteerism is ingrained in us, when we are born and we start growing up in the family, and we see how volunteering is happening. And that is the most important part, because without that, we cannot have these kind of foundations, because so many volunteers are there to work, and everybody helps out in whatever way. Like we are trying our best today by bringing you and giving out the message, what nice messages you are giving out, that you can help, anybody can help, and it's so important. And these journeys we are doing together and showcasing it in our online, it's so important, because people get to know what is happening out there and where the money is going. So virtually they can just sit and on their laptop or desktop or iPad and see where everything is happening. So I think this is very important, and so well said, Amyna. And thank you for being with us. Every little talk, every little gesture, every little message counts, and that's what we are trying to do right now. Yeah,
definitely.
And I really love the music, the one you have in the Voyager thing. It's beautiful music. It's like,
so nice.
They've done a great job. The national team put a lot of work and a lot of effort into it. So kudos to them. And, they pulled it together in a very short span, but it engages so many people and corporations and those from the greater community. It's not just about the South Asian community giving back or anybody else. It's about everybody, right? It's about society giving back. So I think that it really helps promote that, especially when it comes to corporate engagement, because our corporate engagement really brings in team members, colleagues, leaders from, Calgary at large and Canada at large. So it's a fantastic opportunity to educate not only on AKFC, but also on how to help alleviate global poverty.
Yeah,
that's right. Yeah.
That's right.
And the one you have a promo with all Rizwan Manji and Farhan Nasser. I think you are missing 2 people in it. Do you know what? Me and Salma. We are celebrating as well.
Well, I'll send a memo to corporate for sure and let them know not to have that miss again.
No,
Yes.
we are right now doing the same thing. No, it's great.
No, it's good to have you guys each and every time. And for next 2 weeks, 3 weeks, we'll do our best, to all our shows. And as you can see, there is a ticker going on for the Please Visit Work. So it will be on for next 3-4 weeks on our shows. And I think Salma, she already has an account, I think, under her name. Am I right? So maybe Salma, you can share it in the comments. Yeah.
What do you want me to say?
No, in the comments, maybe you can just, kind of, you can put your your link so that people can go and donate on your personal ID as well.
I can do that. It's already on the Facebook, actually.
So maybe you can post in the comment section.
On Facebook, my link is there. And people are donating, so I'm happy. And I have already almost reached my target, what I had.
Oh, fantastic.
What I have.
Double it. What do you think, Salma? Let's double it.
Let's double it. I'm hoping for that. And I'm hoping I may double it by the end of the 6th December. So I'm looking forward to that.
So we'll work hard for next 2-3 weeks, and we'll share the link on our social media. Hopefully we can get. So before we let you go, what do you want to say as the last message, Amyna?
Message.
So for the homecoming celebration, just to note that you must be registered to be able to see it, even if it's just to watch, even if you just want to watch the wrap up, the homecoming, the end of the journey, please do so. Please register on worldpartnershipwalk.com. Every single penny, every single dollar really helps. At one point, many years ago, there was a statistic that we were saying it's $10 helps a child get preventative health care for 1 year. That's the vaccines that everybody needs, that we have access to, we take for granted. The goals here are not enormous. They're definitely achievable, but only if we do it together. The cause is so worthy. It's so worthwhile. It's very near and dear to everyone's hearts. And it really connects us to the other side of the world. It keeps us socially responsible. So please do whatever you can. We would really appreciate it.
Thank you so much for being with us, for your precious time, and for giving out such beautiful messages. And we wish all the best, and hopefully we'll reach our target soon and beyond. That is our wish.
That's right. Inshallah.
Fingers crossed. Thank you very much.
Keep healthy and safe, and all the best for all your help and all your volunteering.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. It's been a pleasure. I appreciate it.
Thank you,
Amyna. Thank you so much. You take care. Bye.
Bye.
Yes, this is Amyna Mohamed from World Partnership Calgary, and we actually live on World